I'm Nick, and this is my 1997 Subaru Legacy GT with the version 7 JDM STI swap.
I'm driving my cousin's 97 Legacy GT right now. Taking for a short cruise to get just get the feel of it and see how it feels for me. So Nick had this car for the last 4 years now, and he's been through a lot with this car. And honestly, this is my second time driving it. And I just drove it a little bit today. I drove it only one time before. But honestly, this car has a lot of meaning to my cousin here. So I want to start off with one thing, and it is huge. First, it's how this car looks, the interior and the exterior. For a 97, the interior and the exterior look immaculate. It looks awesome, and he takes care of it too. Cleans it often. He goes to a lot of car shows, and recently you won a couple shows for like different things, right?
Yeah.
And I was with you for the one in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And that was for best in class, right?
Yeah.
And what was the second one for?
It was best in class, and then so like it was just like best legacy, and then the other one was judge's choice, which is actually a really cool award.
Oh yeah, that's like that's awesome. Yeah, that's only one car then, right?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, another thing I want to touch upon this car is how this car sounds. Okay, this car, I would consider it a sleeper, definitely, because you see this car, it looks pretty much stock. It has some suspension stuff, but the main thing of this car is the engine and the JDM swap this has on it. And there's a lot that goes into this engine, which I honestly don't know too much about. But Nick, tell us a little bit about the engine and actually exactly what you've been through with this car.
Yeah. So over the last year, I've actually had the car back, but the year before that, it took a full year for this motor to get, fully finished and assembled, and all the pieces that went with it into the car. But it's got the version 7 EJ207 STI swap from Japan, and any Subaru guy knows that that's like the holy grail of engines, because it's the only engine from the factory out of Subarus, like where they make them. It's the only engine to have forged internals straight from the factory, so it's got like an 8,200 RPM rev limit. It can handle a decent amount of power, and overall it just the thing can take a beating, and like for me, since this is my daily, it's kind of nice knowing that I have a reliable car, not super crazy horsepower, but something that can definitely handle whatever I throw at it.
And something awesome about this car is it has an STI, a rare STI engine in it that. Alright. Yeah, this car, the one thing about it is, yeah, it has an STI engine, but the thing is, this car is super light. And the reason why that's huge is if he was going to hypothetically race a Subaru WRX STI, this car would beat it because it's so much lighter. It has this massive engine in it. And how many pounds of boost are you hitting right now for this car?
Right now it's kind of a conservative tune. I'm not running anything crazy, but It's running 17 psi and roughly 280 wheel horsepower.
That's solid. I can feel it. And honestly, right now, this car, like, I'm not used to driving a car that's. I'm used to driving a naturally aspirated car, and getting into this, it's definitely a different feel, and I would probably feel it with any other car. But the one thing about this car is how loud it is. And like I said before, this car is a sleeper. And the only thing you can tell that's different about it is the exhaust, and how big that exhaust tip is. And how big of a tip is that? How big is your tip?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that. I was kidding.
Yeah, and this car sounds absolutely phenomenal right now. And that's the one thing I miss about having like my Honda. I would rev, and it is my Honda compared to my Mustang. Obviously my Mustang has that revving of the V8, which does sound good when I get on it, but I miss my car being loud, but even when I'm not getting on it, even when I'm not like going at when I'm not accelerating at high speeds and everything. And my car is fast, but that's the one thing I need is to get a full exhaust, and I'll be fine. And honestly, this car feels great. It feels more refined. And I drove your car before when it didn't have this engine swap and how it is right now. But for the year of this car and how it is, this car definitely means a lot to you.
So isn't this car pretty easy to drive though? Like,
yeah, honestly, like, okay, my previous car I had was a Honda Civic SI, and 2012. A lot of people say that car is a really easy to drive car, and it feels like an assist almost. This car doesn't feel assisted, but it's very smooth. The transmission on this feels really nice. The only problem I had earlier was getting used to first gear, but that's with any car. If you hop into any new car, you have to exactly know when to shift, how to get off in first gear, how to get going. But once you get the hang of it, it's not a problem driving it, and like I said, it is really easy. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna show you this, the whole engine bay and this whole, exactly why it's awesome. And Nick will show you the different parts he put into it and why it's unique. So we're gonna pull over right now, show you that, and we'll go from there. All right, so what we're gonna do now is show you the engine bay of my cousin's car right now. And honestly, it looks so clean for a 97. All right, Nick, so show us what you have in your car and why it's so special.
well, here's the motor. I mean, to be honest, it's completely stock. You know, it's got the VF30, the original turbo and everything. JDM STI 5-speed trans. I believe it's a version 6 actually. I'm not entirely sure. So the whole theme of this build, which I'm trying to accomplish, is pretty much just, you know, building something unique, timeless, something that's not gonna, you know, get old in like, you know, 10, 20, 30 years from now. Something that truly, you know, withstands the test of time. I don't know. For me, it's nothing personal. I mean, I like, you know, a lot of the other companies that are coming out with good stuff for Subarus, you know, Cobb, Grimspeed, Perrin, but all honesty, there's too many cars that have those parts on them. You know, you go to the Subaru meets and everything, and everyone's got a lot of the same stuff. Once again, not bashing or anything. It's just for me, you know, nothing but, you know, super Japanese parts are touching this car. You know, in order to help, you know, just me fulfill my own personal dream of just building a really badass car that has nothing but, you know, timeless, rare stuff on it.
All right, so I've been driving this car for a good amount of time now, and it is phenomenal. It sounds great, looks awesome, and it means a lot to my cousin, which is awesome. And he put so much work into it too. And that engine, how it feels and how it's so light, I can tell how fast it is, and by how much torque, how much it's pushing me back in my seat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. And later today we're actually going to a car meet, local car meet for my cousin, and I'll record that. That'll be another video. I hope you all have a great day today, and I'll talk to you guys later.